Yes then YouTube, the 4-3-2-1, we all know how meta and how broken this formation is, but first, drop this video a like for me, drop a comment down below, and if you can hit the subscribe button to my channel, that would mean the world to me. So I am going to show you the 4-3-2-1 custom tactics, but first, I'm going to show you a whole lorry load of gameplay. So without any further ado, let's get into the gameplay. For your cheapest and most reliable place to buy FC24 coins, please check out mmoexp.com. Remember to use the code WOLF at the checkout for a massive 5% off your order. Link is down in the description below. Go and check it out. At this point, YouTube, we already know how good and how overpowered the 4-3-2-1 is on FC24. It is without a shadow of a doubt the most broken meta formation on FC24. And probably has been now for the last 2 or 3 years, really. The fact that we can attack in a certain formation like the 4-3-2-1, but then defend in a formation which isn't the 4-3-2-1, just makes this formation stand out from the rest, really. You have got everything, whether you want the quick possession, whether you want the quick tiki-taka, whether you want to play for crosses, whether you want to play for finesses. This formation has it all. And all of these gameplay clips you are seeing here is me actually using it yesterday on stream in the little Elite Rivals session that we did have. So this is against very good players. This is against elite level players. And you see the amount of goals we do score. I think we ended up going unbeaten actually yesterday in Elite actually. You see the amount of goals we score, having the 3 very narrow forwards, having all of the midfielders getting forward as well, apart from the middle one. So, for example, having the left central midfielder and the right central midfielder right here in that perfect position for the finesse shot. I'm telling you now as well, YouTube, actually, if you can have your left central midfielder and your right central midfielder with the finesse shot plus playstyle, you will score 1,000,001 goals with this formation, believe you me. The amount of times that your left central midfielder and your right central midfielder are in that perfect position for the finesse shot is actually scary. And of course, as well, as you see here, having very quick forwards definitely does help. And you will see here, my front 3 during this run was Frank Ribery, Sadio Mane and Vinicius Jr. 3 very small forwards, and I didn't really notice it. I know a lot of talk sometimes is the fact that you need a big man or a big woman as your striker in FC24 for the aerial meta. I don't really use and abuse the aerial meta, and I still get rank 1 near enough every single week in FUT Champs. So there definitely is more than one way to use it, and I do think having the 3 forwards, which are quite small and agile and very quick, definitely does help. So without any further ado, YouTube, I'm now going to show you the custom tactics. Let's get into it. Now, I am using balanced on the defensive style in the 4-3-2-1 YouTube. Definitely the way to go. I'm not really interested, and I don't really think it's very good to be using a press after possession loss or a pressure on a heavy touch. Even at this late stage of the game on FC24, I don't think it's good or even a viable option. Balanced is definitely the way to go. A balanced style where your team presses the ball to the middle of the pitch and your team shape is neutral. That is definitely the best thing you can use on the defensive style. Now, with the defensive width, I go very narrow now in the 4-3-2 on YouTube. Yes, so I have gone all the way down to 40 on the defensive width. Very simple, YouTube. I just like to be very nice and narrow and nice and compact in the middle of the pitch, making it harder for my opponent to break me down. If we're nice and narrow and we are defending the width of the 18-yard box, we've got a whole back 4 there, a whole midfield there, a whole forward line there as well. Our opponent is going to have a hard time breaking us down, and they are going to have to use exploits in order to break us down, but we are equipped for the exploits if they want to use that. So that's why I'm using 40 on the defensive width. The defensive depth, yes, you are right. What you are seeing on your screen is correct. I am using the 100 depth, but, and there is a but, I absolutely love the 100 depth, YouTube. So straight off the bat, I think 100 depth is amazing and definitely something you should be using. But, and there is a but, if you are someone that struggles defensively and you don't think 100 depth is the right thing for you, which may be quite a few of you that watch this video, that is absolutely fine. I personally, YouTube, would recommend either a 71 depth or a 60 depth. So for me, and probably most of the people that are watching the video, I will be using, and you will be using, the 100 depth. But if you don't want to use the 100 depth and you don't think it's the right thing to do, or kind of like the good thing to do, I would recommend either 60 depth or 71 depth. Kind of use them two, see which one you prefer and see which one you get on the best with. But of course, for me, like I said, 100 depth, my absolute bread and butter. Now, the offense is build-up, play and chance creation. I'm going to go into zero detail on that It is, of course, without any shadow of a doubt, balanced and direct passing. I like to call it your absolute bread and butter. Nothing will ever change on FC24. It will always be balanced and direct passing. Now, with the offensive width, I've gone a little bit more narrow now. So I've gone down from 50 to 45 on the offensive width. This basically means that I want my left centre forward and my right centre forward to be a little bit closer to my striker, and I don't really want them pressing or pushing out wide. I kind of want them to be in them central areas of the pitch. Like you will have seen a lot in them gameplay clips, I use and abuse the finesse shots a lot with my left centre forward and my right centre forward. So I kind of want them in them central areas of the pitch to use and abuse the finesse shots. Players in the box, it will be on 5 on default. I simply up it once, so to go from 5 to 6. Very simple, YouTube. The more players that we have in the box, the more likely we are to score a goal. Very, very, very simple when you break it down like that, and that is why I'm using the 6 players in the box. Corners and free kicks, I actually leave it on the default settings of 3 and 3. Very simple, YouTube. I just like to have quite a few people in the box for corners and free kicks. Now, the player instructions, I'm not going to spend the most amount of time on this because they've never really changed on FC24 when I've been using the 4-3-2-1, so you can probably guess what a lot of my players are going to be on. My striker is on stay central and getting behind. Very simple and very easy to break down. I want my striker to stay in them central areas of the pitch, and then the getting behind, I want my striker to be making penetrating runs in behind. Very simple when you break it down like that. That is exactly the same for my right centre forward as well. So stay central and getting behind. The stay central, I want my striker and my right centre forward to be in them central areas of the pitch. But I also want them both to be making penetrating runs in behind. Very, very, very simple when you break it down like that. Nice and easy. The left centre forward, I actually leave him on completely default player instructions. So balance width, mixed attack, normal interceptions, but then I change the defensive support to have my left centre forward on comeback on defence. This means that my left centre forward will drop in to the left midfield of a 4-4-2 very nicely when we don't have the ball, and then when we get the ball, we'll push straight back up into that left centre forward position. It's what makes the 4-3-2-1 probably the most broken formation in the game, is the fact that we can defend in a different formation than we attack in. It is so overpowered, YouTube. So definitely something I feel like you should be using. Left central midfielder. If any of you have ever used my 4-3-2-1, you will know how many goals and assists the left central midfielder and the right central midfielder will get for you. So my left central midfielder, definitely use an attacker here or like a midfielder which is very comfortable in the attacking third of the game. Balanced attack, get into the box for cross, which is of course the most important thing, and cover centre. The middle central midfielder though, this player is just like a traditional number 6. He or she's job is simply to win the ball back and then give it to the better players. Very, very, very easy and nice and simple. So stay back while attacking and cover centre. That middle central midfielder won't venture too far from the middle of the pitch really. He or she will literally just float there, shield and protect the back four, and then just give the ball to the better and more attack-minded players. Right central midfielder will also get a lot of goals and a lot of assists for you. You will have seen it in the gameplay clips just how many actually finesse shots that my right central midfielder does score. That's why I'm currently using that 98 Lo Celso there for the wonderful, beautiful finesse shot plus trait he does have. So completely default player instructions, do not touch anything. So balanced attack, balanced crossing runs, normal interceptions, stick to position, and then cover wing. The cover wing is probably the most important aspect of the right central midfielder, because as the left centre forward drops into that left midfield of a 4-4-2, the right central midfielder, because he or she is on cover wing, will push ever so slightly out to the more right midfield of a 4-4-2 when defending. Right back, YouTube, I have done for a little bit now. I now play with my right back on stay back while attacking, so I don't attack with my right back. So my right back, stay back while attacking, normal interceptions, mixed attack, and stick to position. Both centre backs, completely default player instructions, YouTube, stay back while attacking, normal interceptions, and stick to position. I don't touch either of them. And then the left back, as always for me, in a lot of formations that I use, I attack with the left back. I don't know whether that's a little bit of like an Unai Emery, of course, me being a Villa fan, rubbing off on me that Unai Emery loves to attack with his left back, that I just much prefer to attack with the left back. So join the attack and overlap on the left back, so the left back will be bombing on down that left hand side, getting us a lot of goals and a lot of assists. And then last but not least, my goalkeeper comes to crosses and sweeper keeper. And that right there, YouTube, is my brand new updated 4-3-2-1 custom tactics video for you. If you did enjoy this video, you know what to do, YouTube. Drop it a like for me, drop a comment down below, and if you can hit that subscribe button to my channel, that would mean the world to me. Thank you for watching. Peace out. One love.